I like scrolling to Pokédex entries, but this made me stop and read all about his whole evolutionary line. I love ghost-type Pokémon, they are so cool and mysterious, but Litwick has it in a scary amount. Reading through the Dex entries of Litwick and the evolutions Lampent and Chandelure was mad. But cool, in Pokémon Black the entry says, Litwick shines a light that absorbs the life energy of people and Pokémon, which becomes the fuel that it burns. It could even be creepier, as in Pokémon Shield the entry says, the flame on his head keeps its body slightly warm. This Pokémon takes lost children by the hand to guide them to the spirit world. Which could be a reference to a fairy tale. I've heard of The Little Match Girl, written by Hans Christian Andersen. In this fairy tale, the girl has to sell matches in the winter, but instead of selling them, she burns them. In burning, she sees various warm and kind situations, and by the last match she sees her grandmother, the only family member that has ever treated her well. After the match burned out, she leaves for the spirit world in the arms of her grandmother. That sounds a little bit like the description of Litwick, doesn't it? Well, let's take a look of Litwick's evolutions to see if they get a little bit weird, maybe. In Pokémon Black and White 2, the End Omega Ruby, the entry says, this spirit, it absorbs fuel in baleful fire. It hangs around hospital, waiting for the people to pass on. And even that wasn't creepy enough for you, it can get more fearsome. The entry in Pokémon Shield says the following: it lurks in cities, pretending to be a lamp. Once it finds someone whose death is near, it will trill quietly after them. That's just pure scary. That will have you, looking over your shoulder in a dark alley, just hoping you don't see a Lampent. In Pokémon Sword, there is a haunting Dex entry, but not too scary. And if we look at the Dex entry of Pokémon Shield, it's plain disturbing. Here's what it says in Sword. This Pokémon haunts dilapidated mansions. It sways its arms to hypnotize opponents with its ominous dancing of its flames. In Pokémon Shield it says, in homes illuminated by Chandelure instead of lights, funerals were a constant occurrence. Or so it's said. That is just plain creepy. Really, it is. As candles are linked to the soul of a person in most cultures, at least the ones that I have found, from candles being lit at a gravesite, candles that stop burning when you sense a presence, to lighting a fire on a candle just to wish a bit of luck on someone. It is intertwined with the human spirit, and it does make it cool to see come back as a design element of a whole Pokémon evolution line. Yeah, I love to use ghost types in my Pokémon teams. It doesn't really happen that a ghost type has a bad design. And Chandelure is also a really strong special attacker. And Mega Evolved Chandelure is even stronger. So that's a very good reason to keep one on your team. Because maybe by your side, it is better than watching your back. Looking into these Pokédex entries is a fun and sometimes creepy way of escaping reality, and I will never look the same at Litwick again because of this. If you know any other weird Pokédex entry, drop them in the comments below, because I feel like there is way more of this around there. Or hang out in one of my live streams, link in the description, where we can just chat about Pokemon and all other kind of stuff. And if you're still watching, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot, and I hope you have a very good rest of your day. Goodbye.